It's Halloween night, and you're in the mood for something different. How about a walking tour of the George Ranch Historical Park called Spirits and Spectres?
So basically, throughout the entire history of the ranch being here, we've all got accounts that either we've experienced firsthand or accounts that other staff members have shared with us or guests have mentioned while they're coming through our tours. They just interrupt randomly saying, by the way, is this place haunted? Because there's a thing over there that's freaking me out. And generally we try to steer away from those stories during the rest of the year because we're trying to really share the history of the park. And while the ghosts and the spirits are part of that history, they don't help us kind of convey what the story is that we're trying to get out there as far as the history is concerned. So we don't often really feel like we get to talk about this very much. So when it comes time for Halloween, we get to break out all of the stories we've all ever accounted for, and then we get to go through kind of general Texas history and find our favorite ghost stories for the year to talk about. That's where we got the story for the Laughing Children. That's actually from down in Brazoria.
Now you start thinking crazy things, right? You're already twirling around a prairie looking for kids that ain't there. So maybe it is. Maybe it's that house that burnt down the road. What did they have? 8, 9 kids? Never made it out? You can't remember. It's been too long. So you keep walking. You still hear the laughing.
And the Texarkana murders, clearly not part of this part of Texas, but still something that we wanted to be able to share and really, I don't want to say bring to life because it was a murder, but you know what I mean. And of course the Banshee, yes, because we had so many Irish settlers here, especially in the early days of Texas. And it happens whenever people travel from place to place. They have the culture that they were born and raised with, and they bring it with them to the new area, and it kind of grows and adapts to the new environment. And so the stories of the Banshees, the story of the different Fae, that came with the Irish the same way the stories of La Llorona came up from Mexico. The stories come with us wherever we go.
The woman, what ails you? Still, she didn't answer me. She has cried and cried and cried. And so I got close enough to touch her. I reached out to touch her shoulder to let her know that it was there. And just as I did, she turned around and her hair was the colour of steel. And her ash was the colour of ash. Her face was the colour of ash, and blood was dripping down from the corners of her mouth, and what her eyes should have been were 2 black holes. And I knew then I was looking at the face of a banshee.
Hello.
Halloween may be over, but the George Ranch is still prepared for the holidays.
Every Saturday during the day, we'll have kind of hands-on activities going on the different sites, and it's got a very Christmassy atmosphere, and we do have a lovely, jolly guest that shows up from time to time. We have the park open at night like we do today, but instead of the spooky atmosphere, we're going for the jovial kind of families coming together and celebrating Christmas. All of the houses will be open, and we'll have interpreters everywhere answering questions and it really showing what Christmas was like in the 4 different time periods.
For Great American Pastimes, this is Randall Williams.